Although we lived in San Francisco, my dad worked in San Leandro for a while. And then when I was in Girl Scouts, in my mid-teens, I participated as a camp counselor for younger girls. Part of that week was living with a host family. At the host family was a young lady named Alicia Fields, who lived in San Leandro. And after that week, she and I carried on a pen pal relationship. Occasionally, would spend a weekend at each other's houses. Alicia was, I later learned, was a pioneer, and she was the second youngest in a family of 5. I was the oldest in a family of 10 kids. Her family lived in West San Leandro off Davis Street. They had a small house for the 5 children. The boys all slept in the attic. The girls had a room downstairs. The mom had a beautiful garden in which she grew vegetables, so it was a nice homey feeling here. We lost touch during college years, and I didn't know why. The last couple letters that I had sent her didn't get an answer. I later learned what happened, and it was because while we lived here, the San Leandro Times was a free local newspaper that came to our house, and every other week there would be a column by Brian Copeland, a local African-American celebrity who was putting together his first book called Not a Genuine Black Man, and he was doing research to try and find out what was going on in San Leandro during the time that he was a small child here. And he described an incident he'd found out about that was about a young lady named Alicia Fields, who was in high school here at Pacific High, who had circulated a petition amongst her high school classmates in her senior year, asking the school principal to integrate their high school. It was all white except one African-American young man who was a year behind her in school, and who partnered with her on circulating this petition. And apparently 600 kids signed the petition, but 200 parents marched their kids into the principal's office the next day after it had made some news and made them take their names off the petition. And when that news hit, Alicia was identified as one of the young people who had circulated the petition, and it caused a furor in her family that had repercussions, and probably was the reason that my last few letters to her didn't get an answer, because it was so difficult in her family that she had to move out from the family home and in with her older sister in her apartment just to finish her high school senior year.